Plagiarism.
In a bustling classroom, where minds are eager to learn and grow, a critical topic takes center stage today: plagiarism. As the students settle in, their teacher prepares to delve into the complexities of academic integrity and the pitfalls of unethical behavior.
Class, today we're going to talk about a very important topic: plagiarism. Plagiarism is when someone takes someone else's ideas or words and presents them as their own. It's a serious issue that's become increasingly common, especially with the rise of the internet and easy access to online resources. Plagiarism isn't just a problem in schools. It happens in many different fields, like literature, music, journalism, and even software development. Despite having rules and penalties in place to prevent it, many students still struggle to understand what plagiarism really is and why it's wrong. So, why does plagiarism happen? Well, there are a few reasons. Some students might not realize that just because something is online doesn't mean it's free for anyone to use. They might think that if they find something online, they can just copy and paste it into their own work without giving credit to the original author. Others might plagiarize because they feel pressure to get good grades and think that copying someone else's work is the easiest way to do that. And let's be honest, sometimes students might just be lazy or short on time and think that copying and pasting is the quickest way to get their assignment done. But here's the thing: plagiarism is never okay. It's not fair to the person who did the original work. And it's not fair to you as a student because you're not really learning anything when you just copy someone else's work. Now, I know that sometimes it can be hard to know if you're plagiarizing or not, especially with so much information available online. But that's why it's important to always give credit where credit is due. If you're using someone else's ideas or words, make sure to cite your sources properly. Plagiarism encompasses various forms, including direct plagiarism, copying someone else's work word for word without attribution; self-plagiarism, presenting one's own previously published work as new or original without proper citation; mosaic plagiarism, paraphrasing someone else's work too closely without proper citation, essentially creating a patchwork of borrowed phrases; accidental plagiarism, unintentionally failing to cite sources, properly or improperly paraphrasing without realizing it. Plagiarism takes many forms, from direct copying to unintentional errors. Understanding these forms is crucial to maintaining academic integrity. By recognizing and avoiding plagiarism, we uphold the principles of honesty, integrity, and respect for intellectual property. It's important to understand that it's still plagiarism, even if it's accidental. Here are a few basic tips to help reduce the risk that you'll accidentally plagiarize. If you use a source, cite it. The main way to avoid plagiarism is to cite your sources. If you use a source without citing it, you are implying that you came up with the information on your own. Citing your sources gives proper credit to the original authors, and it also lets your readers find the original source if they want to learn more. Use quotation marks when necessary. Sometimes it makes sense to use the source's exact words instead of paraphrasing or rewriting. If you need to quote the original source, make sure that place quotation marks around the original text. Don't just change a few words. Many writers try to avoid plagiarism by simply changing a few words or putting sentences in a different order. But even if you use a thesaurus to change every word, the original author's sentence structures are unchanged. To properly use another author's idea, you should rewrite it in your own words. Synthesize the information. It's much easier to avoid plagiarism if you focus on developing a unique point or perspective, rather than relying on your sources to make all of your points for you. Instead of simply stitching together various sources, try to synthesize the information so that you are creating something new. Now, let's delve into an intriguing real-life scenario that underscores the complexities of plagiarism detection and copyright law. Imagine 4 high school students who brought a lawsuit against iParadigms, the company behind Turnitin. They claimed that Turnitin's use of their archived student papers for plagiarism detection constituted copyright infringement. However, both a district court and a court of appeals ruled in favor of Turnitin. They concluded that utilizing student papers for this purpose fell under fair use and was not copyright infringement. The courts reasoned that by scanning student papers, Turnitin actually provided a protective effect for the original works. It also benefited the public by maintaining academic integrity through institutions using Turnitin. Now let's explore some strategies schools can employ to combat plagiarism. Help students understand what constitutes plagiarism and why they need to cite sources properly. Show students how to document web pages and materials from online databases. Schedule major writing assignments so that portions are due over the course of the term, thus reducing the likelihood that students will get into a time crunch and be tempted to plagiarize to meet the deadline. Make clear to students that instructors are aware of internet paper mills. Ensure that instructors both educate students about plagiarism detection services and make them aware that they know how to use these services. Incorporate detection software and services into a comprehensive anti-plagiarism program. And if you're ever unsure about whether something counts as plagiarism or not, don't hesitate to ask for help. I'm here to support you and guide you through this because ultimately, my goal is to help you learn and grow as a student and as a person. Plagiarism is not just about following rules or avoiding consequences. It's about maintaining the integrity of your academic and professional pursuits. When you engage in original research, writing, and creativity, you not only honor the hard work of others, but also contribute to the collective knowledge and progress of society. By citing your sources properly and giving credit where it's due, you demonstrate respect for the intellectual contributions of others and uphold the ethical standards that define scholarly and professional endeavors. Remember, your integrity and credibility are invaluable assets that will serve you well throughout your academic and professional journey. So let's continue to strive for excellence with honesty, integrity, and respect for the work of others.